Well, I did something today that I didn't think I'd do again for quite a while. I've kind of got a reputation around town as being the guy who wants Polaris jet skis. So I got a phone call from a guy yesterday who said he wanted to get rid of one. He said he was tired of messing with it, couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, and just to come get it. And so I did, and got it really cheap. Took it home late last night, and I've been waiting all day for the rain to stop so I can get out here and take a look at it. It's kind of like that show Storage Wars. You just never know what you're going to get. This one I didn't even bother looking at. I got it so cheap I just went and picked it up and drove off. So you could win. I could win really big, or I could not. So what it is it's a 97 SLT 700. So that means it has the Polaris domestic motor in it. I have no idea its condition. I have no idea if it runs or not. The last time it was registered was in 2004. All I want it for is parts. A lot of people that want parts for these things, especially 700 motors. I want the mirrors for my 750, and the trailer is already sold, so it's going to go away. But I've got to get this thing completely stripped down first. And it has been raining non-stop all day. We got about 3 inches of rain between last night and today, and it is bone dry inside that boat. So my cover arches did work. And man, I felt like the Beverly Hillbillies going down the road last night because I had the trailer and the jet ski inside the bed of that truck because the tires were really jacked up and I was afraid the 100 miles I had to drive that I wasn't going to make it. So we put it in there. My wonderful neighbor across the street over there just came over and helped me get it out. Loaded it back on the trailer, pulled it in the garage, took the what do you call it, seat off of it to look down in here. And everything's here. It all seems to be in decent shape for 97. Has everything here. We'll see if the motor's locked up or not. I've got lots of good parts on here, but we'll see. Got it. Let's see, going. So we get this thing. Golly, you have to actually pull this and press your start button at the same time. Man, that doesn't sound good. Sounds like a locked up motor to me. Alright, well the first thing we need to do is we need to get the drive out of here because sometimes these drives get locked up and they'll lock the motor up also. So I'm going to get back here, pull off the drive, yank it out, inspect it, and then see if we can turn the motor over by hand. The drive came out with little effort, which means that there's not a whole lot of corrosion in this ski. The blade, actually I say the blade, the impeller, looks to be pretty darn good. A couple little nicks on it, but you know, that's something to be expected. I can't see the stator, so I'll worry about that in a little bit. But I yanked it out of there. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a wasp nest there. Thank God it's kind of cold today because that's why there was 2 wasps on it. So I got my hornet's nest stuff and sprayed it on there and killed them. So now we can reach in here, see if the engine is free by grabbing hold of this coupler. And it is not. So that means 2 things. Either we have a seized engine, or we have, because it sat so long, it has corrosion on the inside of that inside of the cylinders. So what you want to do now is I want to spray some penetrating oil down in there and let it sit for a while, kind of penetrate around the rings and see if that's the issue. Now the problem with doing that is that sometimes the rust can get so bad inside those, or seized up so bad that what happens is it creates a rust ring. And then it's just not worth it anymore. You got to bore out the cylinders. So we'll see. I'll spray some penetrating oil, which we'll do this right here. Little liquid wrench. Motor oil will do the same thing. Just this is easy. It's closest. Spray it down in there in both cylinders, and then we'll let it sit for a while and see if that helps. Now, in the meanwhile, in the meantime, I'm going to take off this cover and just kind of do a preliminary inspection. The bilge works, listen. So we got electrical. So I want to pull this apart and kind of see what we got going on and just move on with the disassembly. Okay, so I've had it sitting for about 15 or 20 minutes. I took off the thermostat rail. I'm going to take my channel locks, put them on this deal down here, and give it a good. Yep, it just budged free. So just had a little bit of this doesn't look good. Oh no, let's see. Oh man, got a piece of metal in my finger. Ah, that hurts. Yeah, metal in the finger, not so good. All right, so I can't do this with two hands, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera down over here. I don't know if you can see me or not, but I'm going to see if this thing will fire off. Or actually, I shouldn't say fire off, just turn over. Yeah, that's not so good. Feels like it's got something else going on down in here. Who knows? Oh, I think this thing's got a thrown rod. Yep. Yeah, there's too much play in this thing. Way too much play. So, looks like I lost on this one. I had a buddy that needed this engine. Alright, well, we'll take the heads off. See if one of those pistons pops out of there, which it probably will. It means that somebody either hydrolocked it or something like that, but it just, something sounds funky in there. So I'll take the heads off. We'll see what kind of damage we have. Alright, this is nothing but parts. Looks like the bottom of the crank is shot. It disconnected and slapped a whole bunch of stuff, but it's completely gone. I got some scoring on the front cylinder. Back cylinder looks good. So I'm going to pull this out in the driveway, and I'm going to take my Sawzall, and I'm going to all the way around. And that way I can get to what I need to and pull this engine out easier, and get ready to go dump the body somewhere. Actually, we'll cut up in little pieces and take it to the trash. But yeah, it's pretty much shot. I got a good pump and carburetor, CDI, which is in good shape, and that's about it. Got a coupler, jug, and mirrors. So that's pretty much it. Oh, the stator, which is good. It looks like I do believe this is the updated version also. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to pull this out here and cut the top off. Okay, I'm about to show you the easy way to get engines out of these Polaris skis. You cut them apart. Yeah, so I just took my Sawzall, cut the whole engine compartment out. That way I can get to all the stuff, pull it out really simply. It's been punched in the nose. Somebody did a really, really bad patch in here. And you know, of course, they don't tell you about it whenever you're buying it. So this one's going to go to the scrapyard. It's not worth saving. I'm glad I got it cheap. All right, watch just how much dust comes out of here when I blow it out. It's crap that gets in your lungs. Stuff's nasty. Alright, pull this back in, start tearing it apart. I got everything disconnected. I think with even eating dinner and taking all the bolts off, I got 30 minutes in this. Once you cut these sides off, it sure gets easy. All your 19mm bolts, all your lines, I just cut everything because all this is just, you know, like I said, it's coming out, it's going to be junk. I do take each one of the, you know, like the stator and all that kind of stuff, I unplug it from the CDI or the CDI box, so that way when somebody needs it, they just plug it right back into their CDI box. You're not just, you know, making somebody have to splice everything. So you can see here, I got it separated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up here on either side, and I'm going to hoist it out with my bare hands. All right, here we go. this could go really bad. So don't try this at home. There we go. She's out. You want to make sure you get everything disconnected, which I'm looking down here and I see that the starter is still connected, so I need to get the channel locks, which seem to have disappeared at the moment. There we go. A pair of dikes work fine. Alright, so we have that clear. Starter is clear. Everything looks good. Make sure our stator wires are clear. One more heave ho. And she is out. Except for the throttle cable. We'll get the throttle cable off. I was going to cut that. I don't need it. And there's another cable. What the hell is this? Oh, choke cable. Alright. Done. Engine is out. All I gotta do is get the rest of the wiring out for the CDI in one piece, which goes all the way up here to your ignition source and all that kind of good stuff. Then I can pull it back out and start hacking with the Sawzall. Then we can figure out what's wrong with that. I can almost guarantee it's a throwing rod. She's pretty much picked clean. It's time to roll her out in the driveway and take the blade to her. I gotta be real careful to go around the gas tank because Murphy's Law, that damn thing's full. So what I'm gonna try to do is cut everything around it first. And then I'll get the gas tank out last and we'll put it into our container so we can dispose of it properly. Everything has gone pretty smoothly so far. I got my mirrors off over there, which I think I'm going to use on my jet ski. I got the engine out, so now we just got to cut it to pieces so I can take it to the dump tomorrow. Alright, well, it's getting a little dark. I've loaded everything up in the truck, ready to go to the dump. And all we have left is the engine, and I'll get to that tomorrow. I'm too tired. I'm going to go inside. We'll take the jugs off and see what's wrong in a different video. But for right now, we're done. Got all the parts we need off of it. I just got to catalog it, see what I have.